The escalating tussle that is developing between Pakistan's former Prime Minister, Imran Khan, and the country's powerful military is causing increasing chaos and unrest by the day. Unfortunately, the power struggle between the Pakistani military machine and politicians and political parties in Pakistan is not a new phenomenon. The Islamic nation is accustomed to its military consistently interfering in political and civilian affairs, most times leading to the toppling of governments and arrests of prime ministers. Cricketer turned politician Imran Khan and his party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaaf, is the latest victim of the military's meddling. Join us as we explore how Pakistan's powerful military has been able to maintain a firm grip on the country's domestic affairs and the uncertainty and unrest that results. A long-standing truth in Pakistan. The Pakistan military, led by its army, is the boss of the country. Anybody who dares to defy this dynamic or challenge the status quo is on the receiving end of unimaginable consequences. Imran Khan is the one who dared. Expectedly, once referred to as the blue-eyed boy of the army, Khan is made to endure that same army's wrath from every corner. Khan has been embroiled in a feud with the military since he was removed from power last year in a parliamentary vote that Khan claims was orchestrated by the country's top generals, including the current Chief of Army Staff, Asim Munir. The standoff intensified when Khan's supporters were involved in violent protests following his brief arrest on May 9. Military installations, including the residence of the Corps Commander in Lahore, and the Army's general headquarters in Rawalpindi were targeted by protesters. And now, there have emerged demands for Khan to be tried in a military court. Courts that have often been accused by human rights activists of rights violations and extrajudicial killings. Pakistan's Interior Minister recently said in an interview to Pakistan's Dawn News show that Imran Khan should be tried in a military court for his role in the violent protests. There have already been 33 civilians handed over to the military for trial over their suspected involvement in the violent protests following Imran Khan's arrest. The suspects are to be tried in military courts.
जो फौजी तंसीबात हैं वहाँ पर ये तय पाया है कि आइन ने जो इस हवाले से जो इख्तियार दिया है फ़ौज पाकिस्तान को, उसके तहत जिन्होंने फ़ौजी तंसीबात पर हमले किए, उकसाया, मनसूबाबंदी की, उनको उस कानून के मुताबिक गिरफ्त में लिया जाएगा। ये फैसला हो चुका, पार्लियामान में भी इसकी करारदाद पास की गई।
International human rights organizations have condemned Pakistan for mishandling this crisis and misusing military powers against civilians. According to the Human Rights Watch, trying civilians before military courts violates Pakistan's obligations under international human rights law to ensure the due process and fair trial rights of criminal suspects. Human Rights Watch said that Pakistan's military courts, which use secret procedures that deny due process rights, should not be used to prosecute civilians, even for crimes against the military. The Carnegie Endowment for International Peace believes that Pakistan's political scene has generally been characterized by one rule. Where Pakistan's army will exist, it carries, and typically persists, no matter the consequences. Imran Khan himself rose to leadership in 2018 with the countenance of the army and was removed from office in 2022 after he lost the backing.
That the army has decided now, after 9th of May, the events that happened on 9th of May, that the project Imran that they had launched many years ago, that is now over. So they will decimate the PTI. Already you can see so many people have been pressurized to leave the PTI. They've all announced they've disassociated themselves. Many have even said they're leaving politics altogether. And they are gradually isolating Imran Khan And judicially, they will try and ensure that he cannot contest elections and he gets disqualified from contesting elections.
The Pakistan Army has a history of meddling in the country's internal politics. Pakistan has remained under military dictatorship for a total of 34 years since its creation in 1947. And whenever the army is not directly in power, top generals still manage things behind the scenes and interfere in the daily affairs of the civilian government. The Pakistan Army is backed by the country's spy agency, the Inter-Services Intelligence, or the ISI, which plays a crucial role in manipulating regional affairs with its foreign allies.
They have directly ruled for almost half of Pakistan's existence, and rest of the time they pull the strings from the back. They do the political engineering, which party is to come, which candidate is to come, break one candidate from one party, put him into the other party. So this is what Pakistan Army has been doing for the last 70 years.
Ayesha Siddiqa, a Pakistani political scientist, exposed Pakistan Army's assets by publishing Military Inc. Inside Pakistan's Military Economy. She documented the Pakistani military's business involvement at the cost of the public economy. By 2016, the armed forces in Pakistan ran over 50 commercial entities, including public sector organizations and real estate ventures worth 30 billion USD. Today, their commercial assets are worth over 39.8 billion USD. At a time when Pakistan is on the verge of economic meltdown, the assets of the country's army are growing manifold.
Now, what is going on in our country on the economic side? You can see that they are pushing the civilian government to have a deal with the IMF. Why? Because the military wants its expenditure. Military wants money. Military never give any audit or account about their expenses.
The economic and political uncertainty in a nuclear power nation has once again given an opportunity to its powerful military to remain dominant. A puppet government led by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is fulfilling the military's task to weaken Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaaf and even help expedite the China-Pakistan economic project. It was alleged that Imran Khan was pushing America's agenda to sabotage Beijing's multi-billion-dollar CPEC project. Imran Khan's immediate future does not seem easy. He recently survived an assassination attempt and is facing over 100 court cases, including terror and sedition charges. His possible trial at a military court would further complicate the situation. Violent civic revolt is anticipated in Pakistan, especially owing to his growing popularity among the masses. The fate of 230 million people in Pakistan is at the mercy of its army, which not only intervenes in the country's internal political affairs, but external matters as well.